Alright, making sure the connection's pretty good. Yep, coming in pretty well. My mic audio is pretty good too. That's what we want. And let's just see if you guys are able to see it too. Give me one sec. Oh yeah. Houston, we have no problems. Okay, so I'm gonna be up front. It, yeah, I had a late start, and who am I kidding? I was tired, so I actually got some sleep, and so any walkthrough I wanted to do today to be consistent, I did say it was gonna be tentative, so yeah, there's not gonna be walkthroughs, but I absolutely wanted to talk about. Well, you obviously know for the title of what I'm gonna talk about, but before we do that, I feel like we should kind of start with the musical composition. And it's kind of for one of my hype games for this year. So, yeah, I actually wanted to listen to it. I actually wanted to put in my From Software made music from the previous live stream, besides the state of play, but didn't have a chance, or I ran out of time. But that's completely okay. I'm making up for last time, and let's listen to it. Because every From Software made music, I already gave my score. It was pretty much besides Dark Souls 1 and 2, yeah, most of them got 10. So, let me see if this is also going to be a different one too. Curious if I'll give it a 10 also. Alright, let's do this. It's gorgeous. I love the crescendo, that musical transition. It's kind of like, yeah, I love the crescendo, and then it get bombastic towards the middle. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's always building, and there's a lot of violins at the beginning. I like that solo, and then a compilation of them gets in the middle and then it crescendos into like your ooh. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely analyze this. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Yeah, I absolutely immensely enjoy it. All right. Well, one thing, the guy who, and I think he was the one. I can't speak for him, but this is the guy who made this compilation video. You lucky son of a god! You got to play the. I don't know if this is the closed beta, but yeah. But this is the guy, Dan Allen Gaming. He's the one who put the compile, or he put the musical main menu thing, and I'm glad he did because it definitely needs to be acknowledged. All right, so I'm gonna pretty much. Is it better than Elden Ring's main menu or main menu music? I think it's not like better than it, but yeah, I think it's respectable, and I think it's yeah, it's amazing to me at least. I can respectively give it a 10 out of 10. It's not like Elden Ring's iconic like da 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 da. No, I would say it's like iconic as the Elden Ring main music that just gets you out of your chair, couch, whatever you're sitting on at this moment. It's not as iconic as that, like where you just want to immediately do that. But I like that it's. I okay. I'm gonna just rewind just a little bit. I love that it starts with a single violin, like it's the hopelessness because as you can see for the trailers, I love that you're just basically trying to overcome the darkness. It just feels like you're a solo lone adventure and just like pure from software, you just know it's gonna be hard to overcome the darkness. Because as you can see from the trailer, just pause it for effect. I just like the at the beginning, it just lets you know like you are alone, you're gonna get your ass kicked, and it's gonna take you just forever to get through just the main story mission. But yeah, I think the solo violin to me, of course, the musical composer probably had a different made behind the scenes. If we could see that, I hope we could do. But I think they have a different behind the scenes. But it just feels like there's a hopelessness, despair, it's gonna take you're gonna feel the saltness. You're not gonna make it. And I feel like the solo violin is perfect for it. I think it kind of harkens back to even the From Software games like Dark Souls. No, actually Bloodborne a little bit. Just started with that single instrument before it crescendos to the main the main composition of what they're trying to do or trying to tell the story. It tells the music to me tells a story. It sets the tone, tells a story, and lets you know what you're getting into. I think that if you get the music extremely right or extremely fitting for it, whatever music, what you're trying to express in your musical composition, it shows. It shows from the very first notes. And the violin absolutely lets you know. The metaphor I'm getting from this is just basically hopelessness, despair. And I was like, there is no hope kind of situation from the main theme. And let's continue on. With the From Software, yeah. And I like when the main choir, this is typical From Software to always have, like, I don't know if it's a Latin choir or a choir, but yeah, to have that kind of like the men and the women just join in with that, a collective unison and harmony. I just like how the choir just kind of just gradually gets in. It's not like you could hear them like forefront and they explode with gusto in terms of the music. No, no, they just like seamlessly transition. I think that's perfect too. That the choir just immediately just transition into the main theme. It lets you know like you're not alone. You can overcome this. I will help you in your time of need. I will be there. I will have your back. And it yeah, and I just like that they do that. And then a bunch of violins is the other players, since this is going to be a three-player co-op, roguelike. I just like that. And then the choir is kind of like they're, I guess, watchers, or they're watching you try to succeed. Like, well, I'll play a little bit again. Hold on. Yeah, I just love that the choir comes in like they're about to witness something epic or something that is going to change the whole atmosphere or change the layout. And then it goes back into From Software that we had known from the previous games. And I love that the violin is so prevalent throughout the whole thing. Like, it doesn't forget that that single player is struggling. And the other musical instruments join in too, that hey, you're not alone. No matter how much you struggle, you're going to make it. I think that was extremely smart to end with that solo male singer. I think it's pure Elden Ring that we know it. It has that heroic music, but it's a juxtaposition. Like it's gonna probably be a darker tone. Just the fact that you're gonna probably fight. The nameless king is back, and he's the bane of everyone's existence. He was that dickhead who just gave you a rod for your money in Dark Souls 3. So, because of that, yeah, I just love that juxtaposition from the solo violin. That was smart to start with that, and end it with the male solo singer, just because it harkens back to Elden Ring. Why, hey, this is Elden Ring 101, and the choir just kind of building up around the solo violin player, which I think is just maybe the main player, or you in a sense, and then pretty much like the choir just having that haunting thing throughout the whole thing. That lets you know that other people are joining, their musical instruments, the brass, the violins. It just feels like a collective whole that even though and then I like the confidence that the violin is, that it's, when it's played, it's showing throughout the whole thing. That's kind of a representation of yourself or the player, that you're getting more confidence. Even though it's hopeless despair at the beginning, throughout the whole musical plays, you can hear that violin just overpowering the choir as much as it can, because he or she, or whoever this person is, or your player character, they're just trying to overcome the bosses that is going to give you a run for your money, and it's going to just pretty much kick your teeth in. You're going to feel the salt, you're going to probably cry, you're going to feel the sweat and tears. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I just think it's a 10 out of 10. I just don't think it's iconic like the Elden Ring main menu music and what came past. But yeah, I think you won't dance, but you'll like just do like a ballet or dance with your significant other, like da 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 da. Yeah, a 10 out of 10. I like what I heard. I think the kind of like, it sets a tone. Not as iconic as Elden Ring, just OG vanilla. No, that one, it's heroic compared to other From Software, but it absolutely slaps with that. But man, NightReign, no. I think for what we got, I think that's a good move. It's kind of like subdued, but its own identity. And that's what I always like from Software music. It has whatever music or whatever game you're playing, its main menu music has its own identity. And that's what I want. Yeah, so that's what my That was my 2 cents of what I thought about the main menu music. I can listen to it every single time. So, that's all I wanted to say. Now, this is what I really wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think I judged it so harshly. I think I was a little unfair in terms of like the state of play 2025. I mean, obviously from the title, I did actually have some trailers. I made some notes, but I know what I had my problem with it, or I know what I gave state of play like really, and I wanted to rewatch some of the trailers because I judged it harshly, and I know I did. But can you blame me? I mean, we State of Play was building itself to, or PlayStation was building it up like there was going to be major reveals. We already knew one game was coming, and the other ones were pretty much other games that we never heard of or just new IPs. I can see why they did that. Did they play it safe? To a degree, but they didn't really give us the heavy hitters. Maybe that was my complaint. I know I called it mad, and I kind of wanted to give it like a fair chance. I mean, there were still some trailers I immensely enjoyed. That's why I'm talking about it. I didn't want to be like negative the entire time, but I don't think it was their best state of play. But yeah, much better than it's better than Concord, whatever. Oh, whatever the hell they were doing back then. But yeah, I taught the dog too, and I think I judged it too harshly too. I can admit that. But this wasn't. Considering that state of play, I immensely enjoyed the one they introduced Marvel Spider-Man 2, Death Stranding on the. Well, not really that one. But yeah, the one they gave us for Marvel Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 16, that state of play, I think that was 2023. I know they're capable of giving us like quality games. It's okay if they introduce indie games or games that nobody was expecting or no one saw coming. But you gotta do it for some state of the plays. I would say even end of the year when pretty much all your games already come out. But I don't know. So I can be generous. I can give it like a 6 out of 10. I wanted to give it 7, but no, it's just because the heavy hitters. It would have been cool if there was 2 heavy hitters, and then the rest was indie games or new IPs. I get that they had to take the risk because they gotta make money, because they got to have money. But just the fact that the heavy hitters were kind of sidelined and they just didn't have it at this state of play, I think their selling point would have been a Bloodborne remake, Marvel's Wolverine, which we wanted too. A game that we wanted. Which they did give us a game that we wanted. Actually, to me, they at least gave us games that we wanted. It just wasn't like consistent, and even I got bored throughout the state of play. I saw a few reactions from the state of play too. Only a rare few were excited, but not all of us were excited. Better than Concord, but I think they could have did better. I think they absolutely could have gave us the heavy hitters. Maybe that's too much. That's wish fulfillment, and that's completely understandable. Not all state of play needs to be like that. As long as you don't focus on live service game, please, PlayStation, you need to steer clear of live service game. You'll be fine. But maybe they'll do another state of play. I just like they did before or last year. They did 3 of them. I mean, all of them were not that. Not all 3 of them were not cooking, but there were games I enjoyed from the state of play. And this is no exception too. There was actually some trailers that I was like, okay, you know what? Let's give it a shot. So I'm gonna default the rest of the time just watching the pretty much the rest of the trailers on State of Play 2025. And I'll give a score, and you'll get my live reaction about it, because I didn't have a chance to actually give my live reaction. I mean, there were some games that stood out, and I was like, alright, this is the game. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so that's definitely not that. Pretty much, Sorrows. I think it's Sorrows? Alright. Well, this is the first game that I was going like this. Hold on. And I want to make sure it's at 4K too. Hold on. Well, 4K on my end. Alright, let's do this.
Forged to unleash vengeance. More than a weapon.
That's a great move.
Of a shinobi.
That's smart to do Streets of Rage 4.
Can stand in their way.
Oh, this looks solid.
Soaring where others would not dare. Striking with lethal precision. Each weapon a tool, each tool a part of the whole.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
The shinobi.
Sick closing shot.
Continues.
Yeah, that was a sick closer. Okay, so in terms of my reaction, oh yeah. Let me just rewind a little bit. I love that closing. Ooh,
the legend continues.
That's some sick shit. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That was some sick shit.
The whole. This is the master.
Sorry, I rewinded because it's that cool.
The legend continues.
And we don't have to wait long. At least for a majority of the trailers for State of Play 2025, at least we got some release dates of games that we didn't want, like just a few. Games that were like an update, like, hey, it's been a while since we heard that. Is Sega back? I hope they're back. Because they were relying way too heavily on their Sonic franchise, which I get. Sonic is a moneymaker. I think he's been put through the ringer in terms of his games, but I think he's a moneymaker. But I'm glad they're going back to Shinobi. Before my wife introduced it to me, I didn't know what Shinobi was until I played it, and I was like, the old school Shinobi that we haven't heard for decades. I'm glad that they're bringing back series that deserve to be brought back, or remastered, or have a natural sequel to them. Okay, so it's instantly getting a 10 out of 10. I think this was one of my top trailers. It was. Just because my wife introduced it to me, and I actually got to play a significant of the very first Shinobi, I have appreciated for it. Using Streets of Rage 4 art style, yes, please utilize it. I love seeing it every time. Using it for older games, it works too well. It has such an artistic expression that even if other games do it and replicate it, yes, please do that type of art style. And it works for Shinobi. It absolutely works. From the presentation, the fantastic gameplay that has that Streets of Rage 4 flair that you're known from Shinobi 2, but it's just a natural evolution and it works. Plus, we have a release date, and it's cool that Sega actually gets a game that I actually wanted. It might not be to everyone's cup of tea, but no, I think it was pretty good. The music absolutely drips. Haha. But yeah, the music absolutely drips. It slaps throughout the whole thing. I think it absolutely fits for what it was doing. The tone, the gameplay, the presentation. Shinobi does very well. And then we have a release date. Oh yeah, it's the 10 out of 10. I immensely enjoyed this trailer. Say what you will about State of Play, I enjoyed it. Okay. Now, I know this won't be to everyone's cup of tea, but I actually enjoyed this one just because of Yosef's enthusiasm and positivity, and he said this is the next level shit. Yeah, it is. I actually immensely enjoyed the first trailer, and the fact that he was so confident in this, and plus me and my wife played It Takes Two, and I've been enjoying the games he made, like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Yeah, I hope he's cooking in this one. I wanted to do well, for me personally. All right, let's get started.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I really don't do small talk.
Nice to meet you, too.
I'm a dick.
So you want to go through more of your crazy stories?
My crazy stories.
But how are we supposed to get out of here if we don't start to trust each other?
I don't need your trust.
Well, I kind of need yours.
2, 1, go!
I took inspiration for this story from when me and my sister were younger.
Look at all of this. It's amazing. I base the story around my dad. All I can do is write this silly story.
Oh.
We'll face it together. We got this.
Yeah. Follow my lead.
Are you for real, Zoe?
I wrote it when I was a kid.
What sort of devil child were you?
Hands above your head.
What now?
Ah! I did not sign up for this! Brace yourself, Zoe! Attack!
You know what I appreciate about this trailer? I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. That's one thing. I appreciate the gameplay variety. Yosef is not. Yeah. I actually enjoy. It's such a continuation of It Takes Two. It seems like the battle between Zoe and I forgot the other character's name. That's embarrassing, but yeah, I actually like the enthusiasm that Yosef is doing this. No microtransaction. That's good, and just the fact that it's more accessible in terms of co-op. But yeah, the two leads seem instantly likable. If they could take the banter that we liked from the characters from It Takes Two and just kind of put it in this one and put it unique, like their dynamic in a unique way, awesome. The environmental storytelling and just whatever they're trying to do with the story, yeah, I'm immensely hooked. I was already hooked from the reveal trailer, and just the fact we don't have to wait long, it's next month. That's crazy. But yeah, I like to focus back on that. I think this is local co-op, which I enjoy too. Will I get a day one? No. Yeah, from the likable leads that we got to at least get their background, that it was very much welcome. The gameplay variety, the art style, that in a technical sense, I think it absolutely works for it. The gameplay variety that we got to see from it, I hope it does well. It might not be It Takes Two, but if it does, if it genuinely surprised me, alright, this might be on my wish list. Yeah, I think it was straight to the point, set the tone, characters were likable. I think the voice acting was not like top notch, but I think it was pretty like great too. Hey, excellent. I think the voices for I forgot the other girl's name, but yeah, I think it does very well. I think it gets straight to the point, and it focuses on gameplay. Very much appreciate it. So yeah, 9 out of 10. This was a trailer that I was like, cool to see this again. Alright, now this one generally surprised me. Even I gave the first trailer an 8 out of 10. I was like, it's another Until Dawn, but sci-fi. I was like, alright, well. But now the second trailer actually generally surprised me. This was actually a surprise, like, hey, this is a much better trailer. Or I was trying to say, much better trailer. Kind of surprised me. So, let's get to it. I'm glad they did 2 better games, so I'm a little optimistic on this one. Perfect song for it, too.
Status report.
Looks like it penetrated through there. We need to inspect the hull damage first.
Doesn't look too bad.
Doesn't look too good either.
What is that?
You feeling all right?
It's like my body's going one way and my mind's going another.
What is that? This ship is infected with an alien organism.
It still doesn't feel real sometimes.
Never forget why you started. Lord have mercy.
Do you
think Williams knows more about
That's
this
clever.
substance than he's letting on?
You can't take any chances with him.
It can manipulate its physical appearance. It's changing its cellular structure. It's replicating the human form. It's replacing us.
That's a sick shot.
I know this will be difficult to hear, but if you're still out there, you deserve the truth.
Yeah, actually, this was a surprise. Like, hey, we saw it for the Game Awards, I think, but it's been a little while, and I'm glad that we have a release date, so we don't have to wait too long. A little bit later half the year. But yeah, smart move for the people who worked on The Quarry, which I gave a 9 out of 10, and Until Dawn, which is a successful game that we love from Supermassive. That's why they're making a remake and a live-action movie that no one was really... Was people asking for that? I don't think I was asking for it. I was satisfied with the PS4 game. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for Directive 8020. It was that... I was like, okay, I don't think it had the best trailer, but I was like, but I'm going to keep an eye out for it. And they had a better trailer. I think they had the perfect song for it. That was one thing. The story presentation, it does feel like it's oozing with confidence and personality. It's the thing. I haven't seen the thing, and that's embarrassing. With Kurt Russell, I know. Wait, I hope I got that right, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, the thing in space, and it just has that kind of like multiple choice. I think it absolutely will work. It's a concept will work. We have to see an execution. As I have said for a good while, if the final product sucks, then yeah, then this was all pointless. But it nails it. I love the concept. The thing in space with the Until Dawn / The Quarry choices that I love seeing in that. I love having that kind of like choices that will either instantly kill your character or instantly save your character. I love that kind of like multi-layer or multi-narrative that you don't know what you make your own story and you don't know where your story is going. I think it'll absolutely well. The performances with the motion caps is phenomenal. I'm excited about this one. I think this really sets the tone. I think its tone, its atmosphere, its fully acting, especially for the motion cap. Yeah, there are going to be some standouts from basically the cast on that. Definitely this lady. I think she's going to kill it. I think she's going to crush it. I think the black guy that we saw, who looks like he's going to be the captain, he's going to kill it. There's just people we have seen before. I'm like, hey, that person. I think they're going to crush it in that. I hope the acting's well done because they were very well done. Again, perfect music choice for this. Yeah, just from what we were seeing. Wait, is this a Dark Pictures anthology? I hope not. They could be either a hit or they could be a miss. But yeah, in terms of this specifically, smart move to use the writers from Until Dawn or the people who worked on Until Dawn and The Quarry. Then I have a little bit of optimism and I hope it does well. 9 out of 10. Solid 9 out of 10. Much better trailer than what we got for the first one. Because it was just a CGI trailer and we didn't get a whole lot of reveal. Now that we got kind of like a little bit of story trailer and we kind of got a snippet of the gameplay, I'm interested. I'm interested and I want to see where it goes. Hope it does well, but if the final product crash and burn, that's completely okay. But yeah, strong trailer. I think this was pretty solid. Alright, now this one, it actually took me a little bit convincing from Doc on this one, that next one. It wasn't on my radar, but after I watched the first trailer, I was like, you know, this has surprised me. I was like, I'm gonna actually watch it again. I was like, okay, I'm coming around. Yeah, he actually convinced me to watch this one. I was like, alright, cool. So let's watch this one. Hold on. Game audio might help. Give me a sec. And make sure it's in, I guess, 4K. On my end, at least. Cool.
After the end of the world, The burnt one woke from a deep slumber.
That art direction is absolutely astounding.
Fire? I'd almost forgotten how it felt. You're the caretaker of this little firecracker? I reckon you must be headed for Moon Mountain. Am I right?
Music's beautiful too.
Close your eyes.
Oh my gosh, it's art style. That's not long, too. Alright. Moon Hood. Wait, did I say Moon Hood? Hold on. Alright. Moon Hood. I see you. It's an 9 out of 10. Even the first trailer kind of was that unexpected that the art style. Alright, 9 out of 10. That's a solid 9 out of 10 too. Its art direction is phenomenal. If we get those type of art style going forward, I would be welcome to it. I think it was an unexpected indie game. I feel like this is an indie game. I never heard of it. This must be their first game. If it's not their first game, it might not be. It just feels, it's oozing with personality. Artistic direction is out of the hoo-ha. Which means that it's absolutely amazing, astounding. I love seeing this art style. Music's perfect. I think the music that we got to hear for the reveal trailer to this trailer is absolutely well done. And it's not even going to be a long wait too. I think 2025 is still going to be stuck with games compared to 2024. Or we won't have as much live service game. Completely okay with that. If we get games like this, it's a welcome change. So music, presentation, artistic direction. I like, for the gameplay that we got to see, I like the direction they're going. And the fact that this is going to be on PSVR 2, I'm curious enough. This could be, I don't think it will be a selling point for the PSVR 2, but I like what I'm seeing. But it depends on the execution. But for what I'm seeing, the execution in terms of gameplay, yeah, well done. I think they're well done. Moon Hood, I hope you do well. I hope this is the game that, even if it's not the most popular, yeah, I want a knowledge for it. 9 out of 10, respectfully. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Of course, in my Metal Gear, Kojima-wise, before Konami kind of ruined it with Metal Gear Survive, yeah, absolutely. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes! And I was like, cool, this game. But I think it's because of the leakers. We already had a leak of the release date. So because of the release date, it kind of got ruined. We all knew that it was coming. And because Metal Gear Solid was coming, it kind of it ruined the element of surprise. I kind of wish we didn't know it before it came. We knew it was coming. We knew there was a release that was coming. But it sucks that we just didn't get that opportunity to actually be surprised. So that's it sucks that leakers and we already got spoiler alerts before all that. So it kind of took all that like anticipation. But it's still a solid trailer though. So hey, we could get away with that. Alright, let's do this.
Colonel, tighten the security on this place. He's coming here, I'm sure of it.
That's some sick shit.
America is out to destroy the Shagohod and get its hands on your inheritance. The philosopher's legacy. Then they're out to kill me as well.
Oh yeah, this looks phenomenal.
What's the story between you and the boss?
She was like a mother.
Oh,
and
David
I lost
Hayter.
her.
The Cobras will take care of him.
Do you hear me, Snake? We are the sons of the boss.
I see it! The fear!
A great and terrible fury at being alive. A host of sorrows. And you are one of them.
Why'd you come back? There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
But I still have the Shagohod and the legacy. There is nothing America can do to stop us. I'm not finished yet!
Oh, bad. Well, Metal Gear Solid fans are gonna eat happy, and we got a release date. Finally! Ape Escape. Oh, it's about time. We have been asking for it. And just the fact that 2024 they revealed a lot about it, just except for a release date, we wanted a release date. I wanted a release date. And you know, ironically, I have the Xbox 360 version, so luckily, once I kind of get done with Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, that's gonna not take a while. Then I'm gonna try to work on Phantom Pain. Yeah, I'm gonna start with that legendary game. It's gonna take me a while. But yeah, I have the Xbox 360 version on Metal Gear Solid 3 and 2. So it's not like I can't play the original, and I haven't played the original. I am late to the party, way, like, I guess you could say decades. But yeah, this trailer, 10 out of 10. Absolutely 10 out of 10. I love the new visual overhaul from, and I played the 2004 briefly, just not completely. But yeah, when you compare the 2004 to this one, phenomenal. It looks good. Art direction, from a technical standpoint, phenomenal. Yeah, just the fact that we get to, I know the story is one of the best of the series, and I can probably see why. It's gonna be great to see Snake It Up just in a remake. Yeah, just also using the OG cast from the original one. Strong move, great move in Genbro. So the voice acting is gonna be top notch because it's just a reuse of the characters, and plus Ape Escape. I was like, oh snap, Ape Escape. Just put that in there and bonus extras. Yeah, you're pleasing the fans. You're giving the fans what they want. Just here a Hater who's already just cemented legendary status as Solid and Big Boss. Wait, Big Boss? No. Well, yeah, his name is Big Boss. But just having David Hayter reprise the role, having the OG cast reprise the role, solid move, new visual overhaul, well done, presentation, phenomenal too. And what else did it do well too? Seeing the new gameplay and the bonus extras with Ape Escape was a wholesome and delightful reveal too. So what other bonuses did they have? Just because, what is the essential besides Ape Escape? What other extra content did they have that will be the essential way to play Metal Gear Solid 3? Yeah, but overall, the first reveal trailer, it's still crazy to this day. But yeah, I think this instantly 10 out of 10. I'm just glad we have a release date. And I'm glad, but they have to put it in August because once Grand Theft Auto 6, pretty much once Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, you're in trouble if you're the game near it. It will be, Grand Theft Auto 6 will overshadow. So I hope this is the game that it doesn't overshadow, or won't be overshadowed by Grand Theft Auto 6. Because you're in trouble. But everything is so far away. Even the Midnight Walk has to have its own month. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one, I hate to say it, I think this was my favorite trailer from the State of Play. Now, in terms of trailers I personally love, I'll go over that towards the end. But this one surprised me. And I remember the first reveal trailer, I was like, this is immediately intriguing. I want to see where this goes. And at first, the second trailer, I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, maybe it's not to my cup of tea yet. Then I rewatched it. I'm like, okay, I'm loving it. I love what they gave us. Now this one generally surprised me. And if we can do IPs like that, oh, okay, well, I'll give my thoughts. Let's let it play first. Give me a sec.
When the fury of emotions sparks the wildfire of violence, it dissolves our illusions and exposes the fragile structure of reality.
I have 1,000 questions. Why did you come back?
I stood in the home I was born in. In that moment, I felt a connection.
Epsilon 11, sound off. Where are my men?
They're gone.
Choose your next move wisely.
What happened here?
Madness and hatred and lots of it. Impossible. It's you. We must continue. We've begun to uncover.
Yeah, this is one of the best trailers. Instant 10 out of 10. Alright, so from its tone, I hope the story delivers too, because it's okay if the story doesn't deliver. We already had a deep dive, I guess last year, a lot about Hell Is Us, or it was either last year, I felt like 2023, but I feel like more of last year. But yeah, just from what they've been giving us throughout the whole development of Hell Is Us, they're confident, and I can tell. Once again, this game is oozing with a tone and personality. Tone. Okay, so presentation, production values. Is that Adam Jensen from Deus Ex Human Revolution? That voice actor sounds so familiar. I was like, is that Elias? I was like, I can't tell. But yeah, the voice acting seems like it's going to be great, but it's too early to tell. Final product will let us know, because we have a release date. And I'm actually excited about this one. This one pleasantly surprised me. It's a 10 out of 10 because of its presentation, production values, the tone it sells, and it's doing exceptionally well. I'm actually pleasantly surprised of how it's doing well with its tone. So along with its tone, its gameplay that we already saw, so I'm already confident with the gameplay because of what they gave us a deep dive. I was excited of what they gave us. The behind the scenes, I was like, huh. This is actually really solid. It's really cool. So along with that, too, what else does it do well, too? I think its atmosphere is dripping with well-done execution. They have confidence. And if this is their first game, I guess Rogue Factor, yeah, I hope it does extremely well. This is one of my kind of like, I'm keeping an eye on it. If I forget about it, it's not because it's not interesting. It's because there's so many video games come out in 2025, but yeah, if I had the opportunity, and I gotta see not just the video game critic reviews, because that doesn't mean shit. If basically we get a demo of it, and I get to try it, oh, I'm in. And if I basically have a great time, like the first Berserker Kazan, because it seems like it sounds like, and if it sounds like, you already know my meme. If it sounds like, I'm playing it. And just from what I got, I was like, yeah, if it nails it with the tone, atmosphere, and what it's trying to go with. And I like that you don't have a character customization. You're playing the guy, and the guy just seems interesting, along with the world around him. Everything they've been giving us with this in terms of development, it's been pretty golden. It's been solid. I love it. I love it. It was one of my favorite trailers from State of Play. I'm not afraid to admit it. It's because Snake Eater, we already knew it was coming. So Hell Is Us just been tight-lipped, and it was coming. I was like, oh yeah, all right, I'm sold. And this trailer sold it. Everything they've been giving us has been pretty solid. I'm advocating for this game. This game, I hope it does well. Because if the final product sucks, man, that's just a waste of time. Anyway, Okay, so it's because I'm a fan of Liza P. It was great to see it again, and it kind of surprised me. There's another game that also surprised me too. I'm gonna like it because it actually did well. Hold on a minute. Da, 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 do, 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 da, da. Hey, this game too. I don't like it. I didn't have a chance to like it, but that's okay. So we're probably gonna go out of order, and that's completely okay. Da da da. Okay, back to it. And make sure it's 4K on my end. Perfect. It's because I got to play Liza P in terms of the demo. I immediately enjoyed it because I like the whole Pinocchio. Yeah, I like that Pinocchio was in Souls-like. And like I said, if it's Souls-like, and of course, I'm biased to play a Souls-like. Ever since I played Demon Souls, anything Souls-like, I like to kind of just like take it like a snack and be like, that's delicious. And yeah, and most of the Souls-like games I played have been pretty much phenomenal. I think I found one bad one. But that's pretty impressive that I haven't found like a terrible Souls-like. I think it was that one French Souls-like. It wasn't the best. I'm enjoying it, but it's not the best. And I think that's made the weakest one. But compared to all of the Souls-like I got to play over the years, yeah, it's not dying anytime soon, and I'm okay with that. Okay, let's start this next one.
How can it be winter all of a sudden?
I'm sorry. You want to know the year?
What a pleasure to meet a stalker worthy of the name. It's been far, far too long.
Oh, my forever friend. Help me to hold your hand and dance.
You're not the puppet I was expecting. Who are you?
I heard she was looking for someone.
Legendary. She stepped up only because no one else could. Too many stalkers were lost to that evil.
I'll do whatever it takes. Your survival is all that matters. Nothing else comes close, not even my life. I swear I won't be late. Not again.
Oh, snap! That's cool. Yeah, in terms of light. Oh, I mute myself. My bad. Alright, so in terms of Lies of P, just rewind that in terms of the release date. We don't have to wait long. And again, all the games have to rearrange their schedules. They can't be released with Grand Theft Auto 6. It will pretty much kick their asses, and they know it. But I'm glad we didn't have to wait long for Lies of P. Has it been? Wait, actually, let me check. How long has it been since Lies of P? That was that unexpected Souls-like that nobody was expecting, but it worked exceptionally well. So I'm glad that they are still doing exceptionally well. Okay, so the official came out, oh wow, 2 years ago. September 18th of 2023. So yeah, and there was still plenty to do in Lies of P, just in general, so the fact that we are getting I have no idea if this is a sequel or if it's a DLC. Overall, if it's a DLC, I think they're giving us a whole lot for what it is. If it's a sequel, okay. It hasn't been that long. I guess it's been like 2 years once you think about it. But yeah, it's been a respectable amount of time that it hasn't been too long. Okay, so yeah, it already has that Lies of P, that kind of personality and art direction that it absolutely do as well. New bosses are crazy. But I enjoyed the bosses in Lies of P for the demo that I got to play. I didn't play the official game because, it didn't come to PlayStation Plus Extra Premium, or there's deals been going on. I just haven't had a chance to actually focus on it. Again, multiple video games stacked pretty much this year, so it's going to be hard to balance all that time. But yeah, for the art direction, the music is fantastic. I can already tell you. I even listened to Lies of P and Spotify. I'm like, that's a fantastic soundtrack. And I was like, it's sad that no one's going to be listening to the soundtrack as much. But yeah, fantastic gameplay that we got. I don't know if it's going to be co-op. That's the most interesting stuff. Along with that, so art direction, I hope there's co-op in it. If it's not, completely okay. I'm on board with it. Music's fantastic. The new area with the winter layout, the winter environmental, tells a lot. I think that's going to be a game changer for Lies of P. Along with that, the new weapon arts that we're getting in terms of that looks phenomenal. So yeah, straight up 9 out of 10. I was impressed with this one. I don't know if it's DLC or if it's a sequel. Whatever it is, I'm excited. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Straight up. It gets me more Lies of P, and I'm all for it. It wasn't my favorite, but it was so cool. Alright, so we're almost wrapping up. So this is the next to last trailer that... At first, I was like, okay, what is this? And then I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, this is actually pretty solid. This was another unexpected hit that nobody was asking for, but it still surprised me. So, let's get this ready. Game audio. Here we go again.
No one knows how that world came into being. It devoured everything from the past.
Look, so...
Only I was left. That was a fatal mistake.
That is sick. Cool shot.
It's the aura of the Grail pieces. I can sense it. As long as it is reforged.
My wish can be fulfilled.
That's some tight graphics.
But wishes come at a price.
To pursue one's wishes is to court one's doom.
Definitely Devil May Cry-ish. It feels like it.
Holy Grail. Blood. This is a feast only for the king. You can't escape from your doomed fate.
Gwendolyn, this is your final warning.
My quarrel lies not with you, but I will take back everything that belongs to me. Even if the price is my soul. The table is dead. It exists no more.
Alright. Yeah, this game... This one is a solid 9 out of 10 also. Tides of Annihilation. We don't have a release date, but I want to be keeping track of this one. Yeah. Okay, so everyone's been talking about Jennifer English, and I already know she's basically the iconic Shadowheart. She's going to be busy, just like Big Star. They're going to be so much busy with roles. But yeah, Jennifer English's VA, or Jennifer English has been covered a lot ever since her performance as Shadowheart, which I played Baldur's Gate 3 too. And yeah, she did a phenomenal job as Shadowheart. And then she's going to be in Expedition 33, and now this game. She's going to be busy. Gosh, she is busy in terms of games. Which, yeah, utilize her. I think she's a perfect cast for this main character. I think they call her Gwendolyn. Alright, so 9 out of 10. Alright, first and foremost, those graphics are top notch from a technical sense and art direction. So that's one thing. Presentation, they are oozing. Once again, I keep saying oozing with personality, but I can't help it. This one is oozing with personality and confidence. I don't know if this is their first game. Okay, are they called Playtoa? Whoever they are, if this is their first game, bravo. This is one also a standout in terms of like trailers for them too. So along with the art direction and the technical standpoint, that is absolutely crazy. Gameplay, yeah, we had to see an execution, got to play demo, but yeah, it's kind of like Devil May Cry, and I'm not gonna knock that. Devil May Cry gameplay is always welcome, and yeah, it's welcome in terms of that. Too early to tell with the story. It seems intriguing, but man, I love that tone. The tone that they're going for in terms of this game in particular is very, 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 very well done. It's well done. This is kind of like one of the... I wanted to give it 10 out of 10, but we have to see more of the gameplay and then the final product. If we get a demo and more gameplay videos, oh yeah, I'll check it out. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for now. It was mostly cutscenes so far, but I'm glad that the snippets of gameplay that we saw. I'm confident on this one. We had to see the final product, and then I can give you more behind the scenes and more of what I think about it. But for now, what we got, I think we got pretty well done stuff. I think it was very well done. 9 out of 10. Alright, now the last trailer. Yeah, I know this has been a journey. I know it's been an hour, but I had a lot to talk about this time. Now, this one was kind of a game that nobody was expecting, but after I rewatched it, at first it didn't grasp me, but then I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, actually, this is pretty solid. Hold on, let me play the game audio.
It always comes back to this.
I wasn't expecting this actor in this game.
This world, this moment, this choice. Every time the sun dies, madness reigns. Then everything begins again. But after every death, I always come back stronger. I know that you are here, and I will find you.
That's what sold me. That's what sold me. That company in particular. And we also don't have to wait long. 2026. That's what sold me. At first, I was going to write this off. I was like, it's not... It didn't sell me at first, but after I saw that name, I was like, gonna watch it again. And I'm sold. 9 out of 10. Sorrows. It was kind of that unexpected game that nobody was expecting. So, yeah, 9 out of 10. I took 1 point off because we did see gameplay. but I'm very much confident because they gave us Returnal, Razagun, and also Nix Machina. I played all of their games. All of their games! I still haven't beat Returnal, but I still... perfect with Banjo-Kazooie. But yeah, I haven't beat Returnal, but I played most of their game. Yeah, I could say I'm a Housemarque fan, because they deliver in terms of arcadey, fun, quality games, and Returnal is my favorite for them. If it's to that caliber, and it's their 30th anniversary, that's crazy. But yeah, if they keep delivering in terms of like Returnal, and that was their masterpiece, it's still my favorite of Housemarque. So the fact is the tone. I love the tone. I like what they're going with that, and this just feels like a natural next step after Returnal. And you know what really also sold me? Raul. I know Raul. He's from iZombie. That's where I first saw him. But after his performance in Midnight Mouse, I was like, bro, he can rock it in terms of that. He slaps. His performances are really well done. But this is not his first VA in terms of video games. He was in Gears 5, Rage 2, Fortnite, and Warhammer, and other... Oh yeah, he was in Stray Gods. Didn't know that. But yeah, the fact that I just like that we know if you've seen TV and film, you've seen the guy. And iZombie is where you really see him. But I'm curious of what they'll do, because they had that lady from the Hitman original trilogy, or I guess that new one, play Celine, and she did a phenomenal job. So I'm a little optimistic about him, because bro can rock it in terms of his performance. His performances are really well done. Him pulling that low voice, I'm excited. I'm excited of what he can do. So along with having Raul in terms of his performance, I hope he gets justice. I hope they don't do him dirty. He's pretty well done in terms of an actor. Utilize him in this game. I'm a little optimistic in terms of that. Yeah, the tone, the presentation, the music sounds pretty well done too, but we have to see the final product. And they gotta show us gameplay. That's the only thing I want to see. CGI trailer is completely okay, but your gameplay trailer better sell me on that. I think we'll get some news on it, because it's coming out in 2026. We'll absolutely get some gameplay trailer. If not this year, then early next year. I hope we do. I will keep track of this one too. So yeah, that kind of sums it up. This one was still kind of surprising. I was very surprised. Will I watch it again? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again.
No one knows how that world came into being. It devoured everything from the past. Only I was left. That was a fatal mistake.
It's cool!
It's the aura of the Grail pieces. I can sense it. As long as it is reforged.
My wish can be fulfilled.
But wishes come at a price.
To pursue one's wishes is to court one's doom.
Holy Grail. Blood. This is a feast only for the king.
You can't escape from your doomed fate.
Gwendolyn, this is your final warning.
My quarrel lies not with you, but I will take back everything that belongs to me. Even if the price is my soul. The table is dead. It exists no more.
PlayStation. I mean, it's an iconic trailer. I have no complaints on it. Yeah, I still give it a 9 out of 10. It was one of the standouts in tier. But in terms of my favorite trailers from State of Play 2025, yeah, definitely Shinobi, Metal Gear Solid Delta, obviously Snake Eater. I mean, it's awesome. And Hell Is Us. But my favorite one was Hell Is Us. I think it brought out the guns, it brought out the confidence. I want to see where that goes, but this one is no slouch too. So, yeah, those were the trailers I immensely enjoy. So, Shinobi, Split Fiction, Directive 8020, The Midnight Walk, Metal Gear, Solid Delta, Hell Is Us, Lies of P, Overture, Tides of Annihilation, obviously, and Sorrows. Those are the one I either gave like a 9 or a 10, but the 10 obviously was Shinobi, Metal Gear Solid Delta, and Hell Is Us. They brought it. Now, even though I still thought State of Play was like mid, and it could have been better because I wish they brought some first-party titles, at least like 1 or 2. It would have been cool. It's a wish fulfillment, Bloodborne remake. We were asking for it, but they didn't want to do it. And at least Ghost of Yotei, I mean, we know that's in development. They could have absolutely brought that, but maybe it's being saved for the later half. Like I was saying, well, I guess in 2025, they can't release any games near Grand Theft Auto 6 because Grand Theft Auto 6 will crush them like a freaking ant. So I appreciate that we got release dates for games that, hey, it's been a while, but I also appreciate that we got release date for games that nobody was asking for, but I was pleasantly surprised. So I can give it a 6 out of 10. I just really wish we got some first-party titles, at least 1 or 2, the games that we really want. I was like, okay, Sony, I appreciate these new IPs, and I was calling you mid, and I know I was being harsh, but I kind of wish that we had the first-party titles. I mean, that's the whole point of making the PlayStation. If you're going to commit to third-party titles like Xbox, be honest. Don't just kind of say, you want a PlayStation for exclusives. There is no such thing as exclusives anymore. There's not. All your games is going to be multi-platform. Your new directors or the new CEOs are going to make it multi-platform. If you're going third party and multi-platform, just be honest with us. Be straight up. Don't be a dickhead. I'm just saying. But I could give it a 6 out of 10 because of the new IPs. And there were some sick trailers. There were some interesting games. At least it was better than Concord. At least they weren't focusing on live service games. If you give us more single player stuff like this and you commit to it, then I won't hate I won't hate that. I'll be okay with that. I will accept that. But if you try to do the live service bullshit again, we're all going to be kind of just like, what the hell is this? But yeah, for the trailers alone, it makes up for the State of Play. And now that I actually focus on them, it makes up for it. I'm completely cool with that. Alright, well, that's all I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on. I know this went over an hour, but I kind of want to give my analysis and my 2 cents on it. So, of course, you leave that like, comment, or subscribe. There's going to be one more video, and that one will be pretty quick. It'll be my usual format that I usually do for PlayStation. And that kind of sums up. But there won't be a walkthrough because late start, you guys already know about it. But I'm glad I got to at least acknowledge and address this. So, like I said, leave a like, comment, or subscribe. That's the end of it. But still, PlayStation, you were holding out on us. You knew you had, like, PlayStation exclusive games. And even if it's not an exclusive game, you knew that you had games for PlayStation. That's my mini rant. Anyway, let's end it.